Okay. So in the last classes, we have started with second module and we were almost at the end. So I just wanted to complete the second module, then go back for the revision. Okay. So in this, what we have seen, relational algebra operations we have seen, select, project, rename, and intersection we have seen union, intersection and difference, and Cartesian product, and we have seen join and division. Then we have seen additional relational operators, so outer join and outer union, and we have seen aggregate functions. And we have taken one example with the select operation and how it is being done. So select means what? It will select all the rows. So then select operation. And what are the properties in the select operator? This is what the select operator is. So then the database state, this is what the database state is. Then project pi. So what is a pi operator? Pi will select the columns. So whereas select, what the select will be doing? Select will be selecting, filtering out the rows. Whereas a project will be filtering out the columns. So then we have seen some examples on the project also. Then we have seen how the project operator works on and what are the attributes. So then we have seen about the project operator and we have seen the examples for the project. Then we have started with the algebra expression and we have seen some examples of the algebra expression and we have seen even the rename operator also. So then how the rename operator is working. So we have taken some example and we have started how the rename is working. Then we have done with the union. So what is a union? Union means combining both the sets R and S. That's what we are seeing, R and S. R union S. So then that alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 3. So that's what we are doing with the union operator. Then set theory. So what the union operator with respect to set theory, how it is being done. So I want an employee details who are working for department 5 and those USN numbers we want. Then store, I want who is a manager for that particular USN. Combine these two, that is result 1 and result 2. So that is what result 1, result 2 and the result. So then set theory, union, intersection and difference. So then R1, R2, B, A1 like that, B1, B2 values. So what is R union, R2? Then we have seen about the intersection. So what is intersection doing? Intersection means all the values which are present in one set also present in other set. Those values we are taking in a result. That is what is called as a intersection. So that's what we have taken an example of R intersection is. R intersection is. So alpha 2. So that's what here in R also we have alpha 2. In S also we have alpha 2. Then R intersection is then alpha 2. So that's about the set difference. Also called as minus or except is denoted by R result of R minus S is a relation that includes all tuples that are in R but not in S. The attribute names in the result will be the same as the attribute names in R. The two operand relation R and S must be type compatible. So that's what is. Then RS, R minus S, R what we have alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, alpha 2, beta 3. So then R minus S, alpha 1, beta 1. So this is what the minus will be doing. So then these are the two tables and all three operations, union, intersection and difference. So what the union is being done. So you can say this is what a student table. This is what the instructors table. So the what is union will be doing, combining these elements from student, combining from a instructor. So that's what here union. So then what is intersection with these two? Check out Suzanne is there here in this. Yes, it is there. So that is what we. Then Ramesh is there. Yes, Ramesh is there. So right. Then Johnny is there. No. So Barbar is there. No. Ami is there. No. Jimmy is there. No. Ernest is there. No. So which are common, which are present in both the table. That is what is called as an intersection. And one more is a minus or a difference. What is the difference? Student minus instructor. So that is what D value. So all the elements which are present in S and which are not present here, only student minus instructor table resultant is this. And the reverse of that, that is instructor minus student, that is a resultant of this table. So then some properties of union, intersection and difference. Notice that both union, intersection are common. So that is what R union S is a commutative. That is, if you do R union S, R S union R is also okay. Or if you do R intersection S, S intersection R is also fine. So then both union and intersection can be treated as n array operations applicable to any number of relations, as both are associative operative. That is, R union S union T is equal to R union S union T. So that's what the value will be done. So then R intersection S intersection T equals to R intersection S. So this is what the associativity of both the relations, that is R and S. Then what is minus operator? The minus operation is not commutative. That is, in general, R minus S not equal to S minus R. So that is what is called as a difference. Then relational algebra operation from a set theory, that is a Cartesian product. So what is the Cartesian product? The operation is used to combine tuples from two relations in a combinational fashion denoted by R, A1, A2, etc., AN into S, B1, B2, etc., BN. So that is where R in Cartesian product S. So the result is a relation Q with degree n plus m attributes. So Q of A1, A2, etc., AN, B1, B2, etc. In that order, the resulting relation state has one tuple for each combination of tuples, one from R and one from S. So that is what is a Cartesian product. Hence, if R has n tuples and S has ns tuples, then R into S will have nr into ns tuples. The two operand do not have to or type compatible. Then we have, what is a Cartesian product? All the rows which are present in R and present in S is also present in Cartesian product. Then we have, what is a Cartesian product? Generally, cross product is not a meaningful operation, can become meaningful when followed by other operations. For example, let us see that when there is no meaning in doing a Cartesian product. Suppose you think that I want all the female employees who are working in the employee, and I want to store those rows in a table called as a female employee. And the female employees, that is project, first name, last name, and SSN. And that is what employee names are present. And do a Cartesian product with the dependent, employee name, Cartesian product dependent, then employee dependents. Employee dependents will contain very combination of employee names and dependent, whether or not they are actually related, then that is what is called as a Cartesian product. So then the relational algebra operations from set theory, that is a Cartesian product, to keep only combination where the dependent is related to employee, we add a select operation as follows. So you can do, so for this, so in the last example, we have seen it was meaning, there was no meaning, whereas if you want to make it as a meaningful, then you can see the same operation, you can just add one more, that is what a select operator, that is actual dependence, and you can see the resultant of pi, first name, last name, and dependent names in a actual dependence. So the result will not contain the name of the female employees and their dependents. So then that is what is called as a Cartesian product. Then example of applying a Cartesian product. So female employee, so that's what you can see. The female employees who are all females has been taken into one table called as a female employee. So in the same way, you can see I don't want complete full rows. I just want what is the first name, what is the last name, and what is the social security number of employee name. I will just take only these three columns. Then we will take dependent table, then do a cross product of these. Then this is what the resultant table is. So in this we can see that Alika is a employee who has dependent with all rest of the people. So Alika is dependent on Alika. Alika is dependent on John. Alika is dependent on Abhinav. So then there is no meaning like this. So this is a meaningless. So to make this Cartesian product meaningful, what we can do is just add or compare the SSN numbers. Then you can see who is the actual dependent. Then we can write in the resultant table, Jennifer is actually having a dependent called as a Abhinav. So this is a meaningful resultant, whereas this table is not having any meaning, because Alika cannot have so many dependents, Jennifer cannot have so many dependents, Joycey cannot have so many dependents. Who is dependent? Employee will be dependent, will be having some dependent, but not like this. So this is the Cartesian product. This one, what the resultant says to us, it is a meaningless. And here we have a meaningful resultant, that is Jennifer, Valik, and Abhinav. In binary relation operation or a join, the join operation denoted by this, the sequence of Cartesian product followed by select is used quite common to identify and select related tuples from two relations. A special operation called join combines this sequence into a single operation. This operation is very important for any relational database with more than a single relation, because it allows us combine related tuples from various relations. The general form of join operation are two relations, that is R and S. So then we call it as a R join S, where R and S can be any relations that results from a general relational algebra expression. Then that is what is called as a binary relational operation. So then binary relational operation or a join example we can see, suppose that we want to retrieve the name of the manager for each department. To get the manager names, we need to combine each dependent department tuple with the employee tuple whose SSN values matches the manager's SSN value in the department tuple. So then what we do, so how do we join this? So we can see that a department manager SSN is equal to SSN, and that is what is called as an employee. So manager SSN is equal to SSN is a join condition, combines each department record with the employee who manages the department. The join condition can also be specified as department dot manager SSN is equal to employee dot SSN. So that is what is called as a department manager SSN is equal to employee dot SSN. So that is what a binary relational operation. So then example of applying the join operation. So you can see here social SSN is same as manager social security number. So what this resultant table will be done is research. So then 5, administrator 4, headquarter 1. So these are the departments and these are the department name. For the research, who is a manager with this SSN number is a manager for department for a research department. In the same way, administrator is a department who is having a manager with this social security number. So in the same way, headquarter is having a department number 1, and this is what is called as a manager SSN. So this is what is called as a natural join. So this is what a managerial social security number and social security number is common among all this. So that is what is a join operation will be doing. Some properties of join. Consider the following join operation are A1, A2, etc. AN, S, B1, B2, B3, etc. BM. R dot AI equals to B dot BJ. Result is a relation Q with degree n plus m attributes. Q, A1, A2, etc. AN, B1, B2, B, etc. BM in that order. The resulting relation state has one tuple for each combination of tuples R from R and S from S, but only if they satisfy the join condition. Hence, if R has nR tuples and S has ns tuples, then the join result will generally have less than nR into ns tuples. Only related tuples will appear in the result. So these are some of the properties for join. So in the same way, we call it as a theta join. So what is this theta join? Theta join is a Boolean expression where it says that what is a Boolean expression if it will satisfy, and the Boolean, along with the Boolean expression, we will be using and or not. So that's what here in this example we can see that the join operator with a theta. So then what is this binary relation operation that we are calling it as a equijoin? What is this equijoin? The most common use of join involves join conditions with equality comparisons only. Such a join where the only comparison operator which we use equal symbol, then that is what is called as a equijoin. So in the last example, what we have done, manager social security number is equal to social security number, then we call it as a equijoin. So the join seen in the previous example was equijoin. Then what is natural join? The natural join operation, another variations of join called as a natural join denoted by star was created to get rid of the second surplus. So why do we use a natural join? To remove of the surplus queries which are present, because one of the each pair of attributes with identical values is surplus. The standard definition for natural join requires that the two join attributes or each pair of corresponding join attributes have the same name in both the relation. In this, if this is not the case, a remaining operation is applied. So you can see here R is a table, relation table, and S is one more relation table. So how do we do a natural join operation? So we can see this is first row with the first row of this. Then how many columns we have in R, how many columns we have in S, combine them and do a join. Then that type of join, we call it as a natural join. What are the operations? What are the properties we have in a natural join? To apply natural join on the D number attributes of the department and department location, it is sufficient to write department location equals to department into department location. That is what is called as a department location. Only attribute with the same number is a D number. An implicit join condition is created based on this attribute. Department number equals to department location dot number. So that is what is called as a natural join. So another example with the natural join, Q R into S, R equals to A, B, C, D, S equals to C, D, E. So then what is this R into S? The implicit join condition includes each pair of attributes with the same name and together. So that is what here you can see R into S equal to S into C. This is what is a relational join, and result keeps only one attribute for each pair. So that is what here you can see in this example. In this thing, in one relation R, we have column A, B, C, D. In relation S, we have C, D, E. So then what are the common here? C and D are common. That's what here we will do with a natural join. RC should be equal to SC and RD should be equal to SD. Then those columns will be combined and joined. That is what is called as a resultant query. And you can see here how the natural join is being done. So project into department, how this project relation and department table is being joined and is being named as a project department. In the same way, department and department location, these two are department location. So that's what is a department location. That is what is called as a natural join. And complete set of relational operation. The set of operation includes select, project, union, difference, rename, and Cartesian product. All these we are calling it as a complete set of relational operation. So what is this complete set of relation operation? Using all these, we can do any sort of operation. Then we are calling it as a complete set of relational operation. Then is called a complete set because any other relational algebra expression can be expressed by a combination of these 5 operations. For example, R intersection S is equal to R union S minus R minus S union S minus R. So this is what is called as an intersection. Can also be done the other way as in this format. You can do union, then you can do subtraction, and intersection of these two with respect to union of these two will again result as back the R intersection S. Then what is this? R join S equals to select join R into S. So that is what is called as a select operation. Then we move on to a division operation. So what is this division operation? The division operation is applied to two relations. That is R division S, where X subset Z let Y equals to X Z minus X. Hence S union Y. So this is what is a division. So how do we represent this division? So the resultant of the division is the relation Ty. That includes a tuple T if tuples Tr appears in R with Try equals to T and with Trx equals to 2x for every tuple Tx in S. So for a tuple T to appear in the resultant T of the division, the value in T must appear in R in combination with every tuple in S. So this is what the result of R division S. So what is this R division? So R is a relation and we are dividing S, and how all the elements which are 1 and 2, you can see alpha 1. Yes, so alpha is there, so write alpha. Then 2, yes, alpha 2 is there, so write alpha. So then alpha, let us check with all the rest of the elements. Then we finally can conclude that beta 1 is there and beta 2 is there. So we are writing beta. And rest of things we can see gamma 1 is there, whereas gamma 2 is not there. Theta 1 is there, theta 2 is not there. So theta 3 is there, theta 4 is there, whereas theta 2 is not there. In the same way, alpha 1, 6 and 1 is there, but 2 is not there. So then we call a division. Same way we can even do with the tables where SSN phone number and Smith phone number. When we do this, then we are getting a SSN of the particular person. What is a phone SSN of the Smith? So the similar way, let us take one more example where R and S, similarly way how we have done. So you can see A1, A2, A3, which are common. We have a B where A1, A2, A1, A2, A3 are there, then B1. So in the same way, A1, A2 and A3, that is B4. That is what is a division. So that is what a division operation is being done. So this is what a division is. So let us recap all the relational algebra operator. So what is select, what is project, what is theta, what is equijoin, what is natural join, what is union, intersection, difference, Cartesian product, and division. So what is select? What is the purpose of select? Select, why do we use? Select all the tuples that satisfy the selection condition from the relation R. So then what is the notation we are using? This is what the notation is used. This is a sigma and this is a selection condition, and R is the relation where we are applying a filter condition for relation R, and on this condition, then this is what is called as a sigma. Then what is project? Project is common columns pi, then attributes, then R. So that is what is called as a project R. Then theta join. So then how do we do the theta join? Produces all combination of tuples from R1 and R2 that satisfies the join condition. That is one R1 join R2. So then how do we do? Then we are doing it as a theta join. Then what is equijoin? So equijoin produces all the combination of tuples from R1 and R2 that satisfy a join condition with only equality comparison. So then that is what is called as this R1 theta join R2, or you can join any attributes with respect to R2. Then we call it as a equijoin. When do we say equijoin? When we are using a equal operators, then we are calling it as a equijoin. Then what is this natural join? All the elements which are present in both the tables, which are unique, means present in only one table with the other table. So then we are doing it as a natural join. Then what is a union? All the elements which are present in one relation R1 and which are present in a relation R2, then those are combined. And what is the symbol we are using? R1 union R2. So this is what is a union operator. Then what is intersection? So intersection means which are common, all the rows which are common in R1 and R2, then that is what is called as a intersection. Then what is difference? The elements which are present in R1 minus R2, then that is what is called as a difference. Then Cartesian product. So what is Cartesian product? R1 Cartesian product R2 produces a relation that has the attributes of R1 and R2 and includes all tuples, all possible combinations of tuples from R1 and R2. So then what is division? Produces a relation R of X that includes all tuples of X in R1Z that appears in R1 in combination with every tuple from R2 where Z equals to X union Y. So then how we do the division operator? R1Z divided by R2Y. So this is what a recap of all the relational algebra operations which we've already seen, and this is a just summary of it. So what is the operator names? What is the purpose we are using, how they are represented, what is the symbols they have used, what is the naming clauses they have used to represent these relational algebra operation. This is a just summary of all what we have seen. So that was about your module 2. Then we see some more examples with respect to your module 2. So what we do in your module 2, just now we have overviewed all the operators which are available. Now just we take some example and see how we are doing the relational algebra operations. So next we move on, considering some examples of the same operators. Okay, so we have done with this. So aggregate function. So what is this aggregate function? We have done with these things. Next we move on to a generalized projection. What is this generalized projection? We have just seen a projection. Then what do we mean by generalized projection? Extending the projection operation by allowing arithmetic functions to be used in the projection list. Then we call it as a generalized projection. In ordinary projection, what did we do? We have just selected all the columns which I want. That is what just we called it as a projection. Whereas with respect to generalized projection, not only selecting the columns, but we can do some arithmetic functions. We can use some arithmetic functions. Then that is what is called as a generalized projection. So then this is a pi projection. These are the function f1, f2, f3, fn, and this is E. Then this is what is called as a E is any relational algebra expression. For each f1, f2, etc. fn are arithmetic expressions involving constant and attributes in the schema of E. Given relation credit info, that is what customer name, limit, credit balance, find how much more each person can spend. So this is one example. Along with this, we have something called as aggregate functions and operations. So aggregate functions take collection of values and returns a single value as a result. So what is the aggregate function we'll be doing? These are the aggregate functions which are available. What is average? So I want to know the average value of some numbers. Then we use a built-in function called as a average. In the same way, I want to know who got less in the DBMS. Then I will use minimum function to find out who got a least in your DBMS subject. In the same way, I want to know who got a maximum in the DBMS. Then I can use a max. The same way, I want to count your T1, T2, T3 marks and find out what is the sum. Then I may use a built-in function called as a sum. The same way, in your first internal, I want to know how many people have taken the test one. Then I will use a function called as a count. So these are the aggregate functions which we will be using. But how we are using? That's what here. The relation aggregate operation in a relational algebra, that is G1, G2, G3. These are all the list of attributes on a group G, where F1 A1, F2 A2, etc. F1 AN, then E. So then even is a relational algebra expression. G1, G2, G3, etc. is a list of attributes on which to group can be empty. Each Fi is an aggregate function. Each Ai is an attribute name. So then aggregate operation R. So this is what the R is: alpha, A, B, and C. So then A column, B column, and C column. Then this is a row: alpha, alpha 7, alpha B 7. Out of this, I want to apply the sum of all these, sum of only in the C column. We can see 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 plus 10 is 27. So that is what here the aggregate function sum will be done on which column, on C column, on which table, or on which relation, R relation. So that is what the aggregate function. So the sum of that is 20 somewhere. Sum of what, which column? C column. So the same way, what is we can do aggregate function count. I want to know the sum. So you can see here sum on which, on a branch name. Here I have a two Pereridge branch names. Brinton is one, Redwood is another one. So I want to know what is the balance in one particular branch for today. So then we need to add these two of the same branch. Pereridge branch I have to add, Brintown I have to add, Redwood I have to leave it as it is. Then 400 plus 900 is how much? 13. So in the same way, 750 and 750 is how much? 150. Then 700 is what? Some balance, that is account. Pereridge 13, Brintown 15, 700. That is what is a aggregate operation. Then aggregate function, the result of the aggregate function does not have a name. We can use a rename operation to give it a name. For convenience, we permit renaming as a part of aggregate operation. Branch name, aggregate function, sum balance, as you can even rename it as a sum balance for which, on which table, on a count table. So this is what we are using aggregate function sum, as well as rename that particular thing as a sum balance. So then we have seen about outer join. What is this outer join? An extension of a join operation that avoids loss of information, then that we are calling it as a outer join. So you can see here, these are the two relation loan, relation borrower. In the relation loan, we have three columns and the loan number is 170, 230 and 260. Relation borrower is John Smith, 170, 230 and 155. So this we have to join loan and borrower. Then we are join, we do so many join operator. First one, let us say inner join. Inner join is similar like intersection. So in the intersection, what we do, which are common in loan as well as in borrower, we combine them. So what are the common here? 170 is also here, 170 is also here. Then 230 is also here, 230 is also here. So when we say inner join, 170 and 230, 170 and 230 will be combined. That is what is called as a inner join. That is what 170 and 230. Whereas along with this, we say left outer join. Left means the column in the loan, take all the columns in the loan also. So along with these two, 170 and 230, leftover in loan was, what is the leftover? 260. Along with 170, 230, we have to even consider 260. Then that is what is called as a left outer join. That's what here, left outer join. In the same way, right outer join is what? So take from a borrower table. 170 and 230 as well as 155 is present in the borrower table. Then take that. That is what is called as a right outer join. So then full outer join, take all the elements from loan and elements from borrower and combine them. That is what is called as a full outer join, loan and borrower. So that is what is called as a full outer join. So then null value, when do we represent a null value? So the null is already represented as when we don't know the value, then we use a null value. Null value, it is possible for tuples to have a null value denoted by null for some of their attributes. Null signifies an unknown value or that a value does not exist. The result of any arithmetic expression involving null is null. So aggregate function simply ignores null value. Is an arbitrary decision, could have returned null as a result instead. So then what is a null? This is what the null is. So null value, comparison with null value, returns a special truth value unknown. So you can see in a 3 null value, we can use a or and not, where in the same way, we can use it in the SQL also. So whereas in the comparison with the null values, returning the special truth value, so then we can say that if false was used instead of unknown, then not A is less than 5 or could not be equivalent to A is greater than or equal to 5. So the 3-valued logic using the truth value known as or unknown or true is equal to true, unknown or false equals to unknown, unknown or unknown equals to unknown, and true and unknown equals to unknown, false and unknown equals to false, unknown and unknown is equal to unknown. Not operator, when not unknown, it is a unknown. So this is how the null operator is been done. So next we move on to a modification of database. How we can modify the database? The content of database may be modified using the following operation: delete, insert, and update. All these operations are expressed using the assignment operator. So the deletion. The delete request is expressed similar to a query, except instead of displaying tuples to the user, the select tuple are removed from the database, can delete only those tuples, cannot delete values on only particular attributes. A deletion is expressed in a relational algebra by R minus E, where R is a relation and E is a relational algebra query. So how we do a deletion operation with relation, we want to delete. So delete all the account records in the Peririch branch. So the branch name is Peririch from the account, from all the account table, and store it in the account. In the same way, we want to use a range. So delete all loan accounts with the amount in the range of 0 to 50. So the loan amount greater than 0 and amount less than or equal to 50 from a loan. So that is what is a sigma and loan. Delete all accounts at a branch located in Nedam. So what we want? We want to delete all the accounts at the branches located in Nedam. So branch city equals to Nedam, account, join, and branch. So then select from this particular thing only the columns branch name, account name, and balance from where? From R1, and store them in the R2. And do a customer name and account number, do a natural join on R2 and depositor, and the resultant of R3, store it in the resultant of R3. Then subtract R2 minus account, that will give you the account, and R3 minus depositor will give you a depositor account. This is what the delete all accounts at the branch located in another. Insertion. To insert data into a relation, we either specify a tuple to be inserted, write a query whose result is a set of tuples to be inserted. Then that is what is called as an insertion. In relational algebra, an insertion is expressed by R union E, where R is a relation and E is a relational algebra expression. The insertion of a single tuple is expressed by letting E be a constant relation containing one tuple. So then insertion example, insert information in the database specifying that Smith has so many 1200 in account A of 973 at a Perry Ridge branch. Account Union Perry Ridge A97, that's what they have told, and the amount should be 1200. That is what is present, and the union of this with the account should be stored in the account. So in the same way, Smith and A973 should be stored in depositor and store back the result in the depositor table. Take one more query. Provide all the gifts for a loan customer in the Perry Ridge branch and the saving account of 200 rupees. Let the loan numbers serve as the account number for a new saving account. So what we have to do, borrower and loan, and which branch? Perry Ridge branch, and add $200 for the saving account. So in that case, so take this, what we have done, stored in R1 and add 200 to that, add to the count and store back into the count. So the same way, depositor, customer name, loan number, and R1 project and store it in depositor and store back in the depositor. That is what the insertion is being done. Same way, updating. So I want to update a mechanism to change a value in a tuple without charging all values in the tuple. Use the generalized projection operator to do this task. So R equals to pi 1, 2, 3, etc. F1 R. Each f of I is either ith attribute of R if the ith attribute is not updated, or if the attribute is to be updated Fi in an expression involving only constant and the attributes of R, which gives the value, new value for the attributes. So that is what is called as an update. Make interest payment by increasing all balance by 5%. Account, what is this column? What column we want? We want a account balance. So add the balance with a 5% to which, to the account, and store back the resultant to the account. So account number, branch name, and balance. In the same way, pay all account with balance over this 6% interest and pay on all other 5%. A balance which is having all account with a balance 1000, you should, how much the percentage you have to give? 6%. If it is less than that, you pay 5%. So that is what here is being done, and store back that into the account, because we have to update the account, because 6% we are paying for the people who have balance account 1000, 10,000, and we are paying 5% for the balance which is having less than 10,000, and store back the updated amount into the account. So this is what the account table says to us. So we'll just stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Before I stop, I will take attendance and stop. It is 28. 9. Asta?
Present, ma'am.
While I take attendance and the people who have joined very late can complete your quiz. I am reposting it. People who have joined can do it. Asta, present. Abhinav?
Present, ma'am.
Aishwarya?
Present, ma'am.
Amresh?
Yes, ma'am.
Anu?
Present, ma'am.
Arbaz?
Yes, ma'am.
Arjun?
Present, ma'am.
Ashok? Benita? Bhargavi?
Present, ma'am.
Pavisha?
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am. 13.
who is that?
Dev Mallu, ma'am. Dev Mallu.
Ah,
30.
yes, yes, present. Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika,
Present, ma'am.
Murli Krishna,
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai.
Present, ma'am.
Last class absent. Gangubai.
Yes, ma'am.
Gudia,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit,
Present, ma'am.
Gunjar,
Present, ma'am.
Kavya,
Present, ma'am.
Kishore,
Present, ma'am.
Lata,
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha,
Present, ma'am.
Manjunath,
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana,
Yes, ma'am.
Neelanjan, Nishant,
Present, ma'am.
Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
Maithili,
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka,
Present.
Pavan,
Present, ma'am.
Akash,
Present, ma'am.
Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Rakesh, Ramya,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Present, ma'am.
Ravi,
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwan.
Present, ma'am.
Last class absent, sir.
No, ma'am. I was present.
No, you didn't answer, sir. Vishal,
Present, ma'am.
Savita,
Yes, ma'am.
Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Sneha, Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Srinidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Srinivas,
Present, ma'am.
Sunil,
Present, ma'am.
Vaishnavi,
Present, ma'am.
Vinny.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Stay back home. Don't go out.
Ma'am,
Who is that? Yes,
Benita, ma'am.
Benita. Benita. Okay, marked. Anybody is not marked? Okay. See you all, and I will be checking out the lab programs this Thursday. This Thursday is 1st, right? Yeah, 1st, October 1st. So I'll be checking on that day, second program with execution. Okay, stop here and we'll continue in the next class.